Good morning. No coffee cups today because you don't need a coffee cup for a baptism. And I want to tell you about the baptism where I hoped I wasn't wearing pants. So, when you're a Baptist minister, baptisms are a big deal. You're always excited about them. Someone has come to know Christ and they're declaring that they want to be baptized. In the Baptist church, we do not baptize infants. We only baptize people who are old enough to make a profession of faith. We call it believer's baptism. And we baptize by immersion. So you got to have enough water for, to get a person underneath. So these baptistries aren't little fonts. They're about twice to three times the size of a bathtub. Wide enough, long enough, deep enough to get an adult all the way under. So since I was the minister of music, I wasn't doing the baptism, and we always have kind of the same thing happen. Right? It is, you will do part of the service, and then the people who are going to be baptized will go get ready, and then the pastor will run and get ready at some point. Well, while the pastor's getting ready, it's your job to lead a song. No problem. I'm the minister of music. It's what I do. So we were having a baptism one day. Don't remember who it was. And so I was leading the music. And it's a really simple process. You sing a couple of verses because he's never ready to go before you're finished with a couple of verses. You lead the music. And then as you get close to the end of the song, you just kind of turn around and see if he's there yet. If he's there, when you get to the end, you cut it off, you go sit down, he does the baptism. If he's not there, you do another verse. And you repeat this process until you see it. So, I'm there singing. I don't know what I was singing. Some appropriate hymn. Oh, happy day that fixed my choice on thee, my Savior, and my God. Well, may this glowing heart I could not figure out what had just happened to me. Something had blinded me twice, and it was painful. And so I didn't know what had just happened, but I kept going because you always keep going. And so I'm singing this song and waving my arm appropriately and trying to figure out what has happened. And I can't really see very well. I got these black blobs in my vision. And it turns out that the guy who does the slides, whose station was in the organ well just to my left, had realized that from his station he could see the pastor coming down the steps of the baptistry. And he realized that the best way to tell me that he could see the pastor was ready would be to take his brand new green laser and flash me in the eyes a couple of times. Because that's the international symbol for, hey, the pastor's ready, you should cut the song off at the end of this verse. Anyway, so I'm trying to figure out what happened. The black blobs are getting smaller, and I get where I can see a little bit. And we had one of our special needs guys was sitting on the front row, And so when I get the blobs out of my vision and I can see, I look, and he's standing up in front of the whole church looking at me going, and finally I realized what was happening. This is one of those dreams where you go to work without pants. This isn't really happening. So I looked down, hoping that I was not wearing any pants. But I was wearing pants. It's like, oh no, this is really actually happening to me. So when I got down near the end of the song, I kept singing, turned around and looked, and lo and behold, the pastor was there. And so at the end of that verse, I just cut it off and went and sat down and tried to recover my sanity. So there's no moral to this story other than maybe don't give the slide guy a green laser. I'm not sure. But I hope you can derive some wisdom from this story, because I never did.